No matter what time of year it may be, one cannot forget the coming bells that ring E3. We are here in January. The Switch launch is weeks away, but E3 2017 is shaping up to be a big and important show for the big end. So we at Switchforce are here to talk about what we know will be there, what we think will be there, and what we hope will be there. Our first dive into E3 2017 features myself, Gabe, and Jake, and I think this is where the Switch really will sell itself or really bury itself. Don't you agree?
A little bit. But when I think of E3 2017 for Nintendo, my first thing that I'm wondering is, like, do they, like, come back, like, in a sense of press conferences? Do you think we ever get another one from them at all? Or do you think that they're sticking with directs?
My better judgment would say they're sticking with directs, but the fact that they did a live presentation for the Switch reveal, maybe they do want to come back and say hello to the actual audience at E3. Frankly, I don't think it matters one way or the other. If they have the booth presence and they have the show, whether it's a live stream or a live stream, does it really matter? But yeah, I could see them wanting to come back. I think. I mean, they can if they want. It's not like there's anything preventing them, but more likely than not, they probably will do another direct.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So how are we doing this? Are we going to go over things that?
Let's talk about what we think they're going to have there, basically, for sure. I mean, we know Mario Odyssey will be a focal point. Jake has brought up the creepy thought that what if they do a one-game circus again and just have Super Mario Odyssey take up the entirety of their booth. But given the fact that the Switch will be a mere 3 months old, I can't see them wanting to, do that exclusively all about Mario. I think they really will want to sort of blow out the Switch and its many uses and its many games. But I think we can fully expect Super Mario Odyssey. I think we can fully expect Xenoblade 2. I think we can fully expect, the sort of the rest of the presented lineup in terms of Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, Steep, those things that we saw in that. And I think we can, I don't want to say safely, but, the heavily rumored Smash Brothers port, the heavily rumored Rabbids Mario crossover game, I think those are safe, very safe bets to be a part of their E3 ensemble as well.
Do you think that we get some like multiplayer stations, like some Splatoon battles or Mario Kart races going on?
Well, Splatoon's going to be out before then, right? So
no, that's not necessarily true. It could be an August title.
Well, yeah, sure, but we think it's going to be out before that.
Even if it's out, you think they'll still have it to showcase it off? Because they've done that before and brought games that are already out.
Yeah, and I joked about this with Zach earlier, but I said, what if they just have Breath of the Wild by itself all over again?
No,
even though the game's been
they
out
absolutely will
for
not.
months.
I really want some like big Mario Odyssey statues like they had for Breath of the Wild. Like that, it's not their only game, but I want some hefty craftsmanship going into that.
Let it be known.
Okay,
let it be known real quick that the year that Super Mario 3D World came out, practically no one was playing that at E3. There were like 4 or 5 levels in the demo, and you were supposed to play one and then give it to the next person in line. And there was no one in line, so I did all of the levels in a row. This is at the main Nintendo booth, on the main Nintendo floor, not in the press area, on the main floor. So, to me, Mario cannot... I think Mario is a bigger seller, but I don't think Mario has the critics or the journalist or the darling status to capture an entire booth. Like, I think it's a bigger seller with the public.
No, it absolutely does, especially this one, because this one is so different. This isn't like your standard Mario game.
I still don't think that it has the allure for that specific E3 audience than like Zelda. But regardless, it's not going to happen. They are going to show a bunch of titles, and it is going to be a big Switch blowout. They would be silly to do anything but.
A couple of weeks ago, you would say that it would be silly to release a console with 5 games. So I'm just saying, something being silly isn't going to stop Nintendo from doing it.
They have... Okay, but again, there was one game in the future of the Wii U they could have, I guess, shown Color Splash last E3, but they really had nothing else to tell you about. And now they have an entire list of games to go through. Even based on what we know so far, there's already, you can foresee 10, 20 games being presented there on the show floor and filling up that space with a variety of stations.
And I don't disagree. I do think they'll show many games, but I think you underestimate their weirdness. Like, I really
they're not
do.
going to have only one game, Gabe. There's no way.
No, I'm not saying they're only going to have one game. What I'm saying is if they do.
So Gabe is just basically pulling that they're going to screw up. Is all that Gabe is saying. He just knows that they're gonna flub up somewhere.
Historically, it's kind of what they do.
Okay,
right?
well, I'm in a more positive train of thought that they are going to showcase the Switch very well with a lot of games, and I'm interested to see how they sort of showcase the different play styles. If they're gonna have like multiplayer games like Mario Kart or 1-2 Switch, which I know will already be out, but stuff like that to showcase like the individual Joy-Con stuff, kind of like how you got to. But at the same time, like that stuff is more time consuming and harder to like do on a show floor. So they're just gonna have all like pro controllers and like the square grip stations.
Okay, so I have a question. Then the games that we've mentioned that are probably going to be there, right? Mario, Xenoblade, Rabbids. What else did we mention? We mentioned a couple more.
What were they? I'm assuming they'll have a lot of their third-party stuff, FIFA, Steve, Rayman.
So then the question then becomes, is that enough?
Skyrim.
Like, would that satisfy you? Would that ease any concerns you have about the Switch, long term?
Absolutely not. And I think that's where this gets interesting, is because I think they inevitably have saved quite a few surprises for E3. And if you look at their whole decision-making process here is about laying the groundwork for excitement throughout the entire year. And in order to follow that plan, they need new announcements at E3. And so I think that's what we're going to get. And so, we basically expect them to show Mario, Xenoblade. We know that's going to be there. That's like a 95% chance bet. But I want to move a little bit towards each of us kind of laying out what we think we're going to see from them that has not been all but confirmed. Are we getting a new Metroid? Are we getting a Donkey Kong game? Are we getting a ton more Wii U ports than we expected? Do they hold off Virtual Console for the fall paid online, or is that something that is going to be there from the beginning? Where do we think sort of the unknown part of their presentation begins?
Reggie's words about Metroid, right? He said, check in with me next year to see if we've talked about it. Like, it feels like it's time, right? But that's the thing about Nintendo. Like, they're not a very predictable company. Things that we all think are clear and should happen don't necessarily happen that way. They make very sporadic choices. So this out of any other company, Nintendo's the hardest one to really get a handle on what they're doing.
Sure.
Do I think do I want to see a new Metroid? Absolutely, I would love it. Do I think we see it at E3? I don't know, because you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Nintendo's not in the habit of showing games super early. Right, they'll show something and then I
think Breath of the Wild would be sort of the only
but
contrarian.
That's a special case.
Yeah,
when they first showed it, they didn't know that the game wasn't going to come out till 2017 at the time.
So I guess that begs the question then: do the two of you think that Super Mario Odyssey is Nintendo's lineup for fall 2017?
There has to be more,
right? So by that account, they will show and release games Xenoblade this year.
Could be a fall game.
Yeah, but that is not Nintendo developed.
No, but still.
So do you think that Mario Odyssey is the only game Nintendo puts out this fall?
I hope they show the new Pikmin game at E3 at least. Whether they put it out this year or not is a separate question, but I hope that at least they show it at E3.
That's actually a great question, Zach. Is Mario the only Nintendo game?
No way. There's no way. I think Mario takes the November slot, and I think you're going to absolutely get a September and October game.
Rabbids, maybe?
No, I think you're going to get. I think that will come, and I think you're going to also get Nintendo published title. I mean, look, Microsoft and Sony are able to drop exclusives. Nintendo is better at dropping exclusives than both of them. Most years, even if it's a Forza, Halo, Sunset Overdrive or whatever combo, Forza and Recore and whatever, we are getting typically a trio of exclusive first / second party games, and from Nintendo, I cannot see us getting anything less. Now, they do claim that the 3DS will exist throughout the year, but do you really foresee them announcing major fall releases for 3DS, or do you see them instead announcing major fall releases for Switch? Again, they've given us Mario Odyssey, so we put that one in. That's coming out. They've said development is almost done. It surely is. They're saving it for the fall. What fills September and October? And we're gonna see that at E3.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind like a Mario RPG, like whether it be the Rabbids thing, whether it be something else, like. But I can't see Metroid coming this year. Like, no, I don't think that's happening.
I think there is one more. I think there is a minor and a major. I think you're going to get a minor game, which would be in the vein of like Pikmin, because to me, Pikmin is still, even though the quality is phenomenal, that is still a minor Nintendo franchise. But I think you're still due for one more major game this fall.
Such as, what is your prediction? You've been saying this over and over again, but you gotta give us some concrete.
I think it very much could be Metroid. I think it.
No way.
I think it could be. I think it's probably the Retro Project.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is, I think that's probably what you're getting as sort of your other major game. Some people have said that is the Pikmin that we've seen for 3DS the Pikmin that Miyamoto was referencing, or is there also a Switch Pikmin? What is the state of that? But
my thing about that is the way that I've read some of the Reggie interviews. They are counting like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe like as a big game. Like,
sure.
It's really not because it's like a re-release, but to them that's like a big game.
Could they do like a Smash Bros port with just new characters and release it as like a Smash Bros Switch or something?
I mean, that's the heavy rumor. That was heavily rumored for the reveal presentation. So I think we inevitably get that. I just don't know that they make that their major piece of the the release calendar. Maybe that's their minor.
I definitely think they do. Like, honestly, I don't think we get another Nintendo game that isn't what we've seen. We're gonna get Mario Kart. We're probably gonna get Smash. We're getting Splatoon 2. We're getting Mario Odyssey, and I think that's it for the year.
So you think that Nintendo first party has nothing in the months of September and October?
Correct. That is what I think.
Okay. So their E3 is basically everything they've shown and maybe a Smash Brothers port. And nothing new.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a third-party exclusive lane in the
weights?
weights?
This is Gabe who wants them to fail.
I don't want them to fail. I love Nintendo. I absolutely love them. I don't want them to fail, but again, I'm just going off their history.
Do you think there's
Gabe is a man of little faith.
Do you think there's a third-party exclusive waiting for them? Another third-party exclusive. You think they blew their entire load at this reveal?
No.
Okay, so
the thing you got to remember about Nintendo is like they don't mess with E3 too much. They like doing directs. I don't think that's all that's coming. I just think that's all they're going to show at E3. Like, they'll save stuff for directs, and that's like one of the negatives about these directs is, yes, it's cool to have like a little like mini event where like Nintendo shows some cool stuff, but they have a few of those a year, so they got to save things for that as well.
Yeah, I just think typically the big announcements do come at E3. I mean,
what big announcement came at last year's E3 for Nintendo?
Okay, last year is an anomaly. Okay, but 2015,
they have really cool game called Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Okay, so the year before that, what major announcement came from Nintendo?
They announced Yoshi's Woolly World. No, that was previously announced.
There we go, Zach. That's their E3 announcement. Birdo and Yoshi's popsicle stand that you're so jonesing for.
Yes, Fanto comes to get an ice cream cone.
It is a sequel to Yoshi's Cookie. Now he's given up on baked goods and he's going to frozen desserts.
No, I hate to sound negative on it, but how many times can they burn us, like, without us, like, being a little more apprehensive? And that's all it is. It's just apprehension. Like, I would love for all these, like, super cool things to happen. A new Metro would be fantastic. Like, a new Advance Wars would be fantastic. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff they can do. Like, a new Luigi's Mansion would be, like, cool. Like, there's literally dozens of very cool ideas that they can do.
Yeah,
But-
I think even if you look at the Wii U, right, and you look at, like, their first E3 post-launch,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot going on.
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, again, remember, before, okay, for example, I'm looking at E3 2013, okay? Talking a lot about Smash Brothers, New Super Luigi U, which was a redo of New Super Mario Bros. U, Wii Party U, Mario and Sonic, The Wonderful 101, Yoshi's New Island,
None
Mario
of-
and Luigi Dream
none
Team,
of those
Wind
are
Waker
big,
HD,
dude.
A Link Between Worlds, Pokemon XY. But here's the deal, though. We don't look fuse all of this stuff into one console now, because I don't think we get major announcements for 3DS. I think we get some. I don't think
Tell
we
that
get,
to the fire. Tell that to the Fire Emblem.
yeah, but
game
Fire
coming
Emblem
out.
is
Look at
releasing
'em.
in April.
Yeah, I know. But
So-
I'm just saying, like, 3DS is still the focus for them in some fashion.
I don't think, though, we're gonna get like a new 3DS Zelda.
I would sure hope not.
So I think that you're gonna get significant announcements, and I think you're gonna see Retro's Project. I think you're gonna see the Rabbids. I think you're gonna see one or two other third-party exclusives. Now, whether they're major in the vein of, oh God, like it's Beyond Good and Evil 2, I don't know, but I do think you're gonna see some support. One of them will inevitably be a Ubisoft exclusive. Maybe we get a Capcom exclusive, an Activision exclusive, something that's bigger than Snipper Clips or Has Been Heroes or whatever.
Has Been Heroes looks great though. So
I mean, ARMS is spring, so ARMS is before this, right? I can't see them saying, hey, we're going to drop Zelda, we're going to drop 1-2 Switch, we're going to drop ARMS, we're going to drop Splatoon and Mario Kart before E3, but after E3, we just got Mario. I think that's silly to even think that's a possibility. Right?
Kirby. A new Kirby game out
Zach,
of nowhere.
Zach, my thing becomes, I don't know, you remember like a year and a half ago, you said it's silly for Nintendo to have no, games this year. They had like 3, dude. Like, Nintendo is known to do silly things. And yes, it's silly to think this way, but I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than be like bummed out like the way I was with the Switch conference. Because you got to realize, Zach, that like laid me on my butt for like days. I was so let down, and I'm not having that happen again. So call it negativity, call it lack of faith in Nintendo, call it what you want. I refuse to let Nintendo knock me on my butt again.
I think part of the reason you were knocked on your butt, though, is because they have E3 a couple months away. I don't think...
I hope so.
I mean, they want to sell the system. I think that's like... If they
They're gonna come out with 3-4 Switch,
yeah,
the sequel to 1-2 Switch.
Jake,
That's
Jake,
the only way to play 4-player Switch.
since you were the most positive on the presentation, what is your predictions and thoughts for E3 for Nintendo?
Like I said, I think that they'll show something like in the vein of a Pikmin or Smash Bros with new characters, but like basically a port, but just with new characters. Or I don't know. I feel like they might just stack Mario as a big game and not have another huge game, but like something, if you consider Pikmin small, but I consider it pretty big, or like a random Kirby or Yoshi game that comes out.
I think whatever you're releasing close to Mario Odyssey, you're sending to die.
I don't think that's necessarily true. If somebody goes to the store and picks up Mario Odyssey, maybe they pick up the other one too.
Again,
Think so?
guys, I just don't know how you... So Reggie goes to Walmart and says, hey,
Maybe they'll have a lot of third-party stuff.
yeah, maybe.
Well,
but-
NBA 2K18 will be there, right? Because
Yeah,
they
but come
talked
on.
about that a couple.
Why?
I'm
You
not-
really think they're gonna have nothing the rest of the year? You think they're gonna just stock this
No.
system and be like, well,
No, but the thing is, we don't know a date for Splatoon, so Splatoon will be a game that's out at some point. Like, we're gonna probably get the Smash thing. Smash is happening, probably. So I think those are the games.
do
that
we
we're
think
getting
that Smash
alongside-
Brothers is the same game with added characters? Do we? Okay, so
It,
tell me
it
this:
is. It's not a new Smash.
Is
not a new
Smash Brothers more akin to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or more akin to Splatoon 2? Which one is it more like?
Mario Kart 8.
Okay, so but do you think there's new characters?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't.
You think we get Mario with his hat?
Maybe.
Upgraded Mario, Breath of the Wild Link?
He wouldn't come out before the game. I don't think they wouldn't release that before the. Then Smash is pushed to 2018 because they wouldn't put new Mario before the actual game of Mario
a
comes
Breath
out.
of the Wild Link, a Breath of the Wild Zelda, and maybe some other characters from Breath of the Wild. Get the
Breath of the Wild
Inklings in
stage.
there. They're bringing the Inklings over to Mario Kart, so they can bring it to Smash. Like, there's a lot of characters that they can bring over.
Okay.
ARMS characters to replace
Yeah.
the cheap little Mac.
That one creepy guy from
one.
1-2 Switch.
And he has like the real look.
Yeah. No, and I don't mean to sound so down on it. I hope there's a ton of cool stuff, and I hope we're all like super pleasantly surprised. But I'm not holding my breath.
I
Hold
really
it,
think
Gabe.
it's going to be an impressive showing. I think it's going to be a big E3 for everyone. I think Sony has a lot in their lineup that is cool, and that's all known stuff. Granted, they're going to have at least one or two surprises, but we're going to get deep dives into God of War 4, just God of War, Days
Detroit.
Gone, Detroit. A lot of really cool stuff being shown. Microsoft is going to have the whole Scorpio, whether that ends up being an iteration, a new system, nothing. They have to show at least a bunch
If it
of
just
it.
doesn't exist anymore.
Right, they just canceled it. Scalebound gets canceled. Scorpio gets canceled.
But
Everything that starts with an S is just done.
again, my only issue becomes, and I know this sounds bad, but look, you're saying that you feel like they're going to have a strong outing. And that's what we thought about the Switch presentation. We thought it was going to be a super strong outing, and it wasn't.
It
So,
wasn't as
to
bad
me-
as you make it sound, though, Gabe.
To me though, that just further guarantees that E3 is going to be strong.
But we thought they were going to come out strong this other time. Why didn't they? Is
Because-
it just because of E3? Okay. Hey, if that's the storyline we're following, cool. I hope so.
Here's my lowdown. I'm gonna walk you through the booth. The booth is mainly focused on Mario Odyssey. That's where the big display lays. But they also have interesting displays for other titles like Super Smash Brothers Switch, as well as a new Donkey Kong game from Retro. Metroid has been shown, but it's a 2018 fall release, so it's a ways off. They also have two very cool third-party exclusives that you are excited to see and play, as well as a Mario Sports mix title to get you going for the return of the NFL in September. And they also show off Pikmin 4. So we've got a new DK, Pikmin 4, and the Mario mix from Nintendo, coupled with the two exclusives from third parties, coupled with quite a few games from third parties, multi-platform-wise, Star Wars Battlefront 2, NBA 2K18, Call of Duty, all of that stuff housed on the Switch. And it is a rockin' raucous room where Nintendo lies in that hall.
Miyamoto must be sweating because he's working so hard producing all these games, man.
Well, he's not. He's not producing all of them. He's producing Pikmin.
It was a joke, okay? It was a joke because you were saying that they were making so many games, and it was in such a opposite fashion as Gabe thought they were gonna have just Mario and then sit on their butts and watch you play it.
Nope, that's not what I think. I think Smash is happening. Splatoon
But
is
when,
happening.
Gabe, you think like one game per year is your theory.
Smash Brothers has to be the easiest port, though.
You would think.
I mean, you're based on our gut. They're adding less to Smash than they are to Mario Kart. Mario Kart at least has multiple new modes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I could see some more Wii U ports or Wii U like 1.5. So like a Mario Maker 2.
You know what would be awesome?
What?
Bayonetta 3.
That's not happening.
Hey, I said it would be awesome. I don't think it's happening.
Okay.
It would be great, though.
Retro's working on a first-person Donkey Kong shooter.
There you go.
Donkey Kong Jungle Warfare.
I was watching gameplay this morning for Yoshi Safari, which is a Super Scope game where you were riding on the back of Yoshi, firing against Mario enemies with a light gun from SNES. So they need to make a sequel to that.
Okay.
Or a tower defense game would be cool.
Ooh, yes. Okay, Amiibo Tower Defense. You put the Amiibo down, and they help defend the Mushroom Kingdom from an onslaught of Mario baddies.
Game of the year.
Okay, so here's what I want. Here's what I want you to do. Each of us are going to quickly lay out September, October, November. What comes out? Gabe, go.
Do we have a time frame for Splatoon at all?
Summer. So it has to be out before the end of August.
Okay. All right. So September, October, November. I think we get the Mario RPG.
Okay.
Mario Odyssey's there somewhere.
Yes.
And Smash.
Thank you. Jake?
You're welcome.
I say we get Mario in November. We get Pikmin in September, October, and we're talking about just Nintendo releases, right? Or Nintendo branded games.
No, you can include third party if you'd like.
Nah. I think they're two big hitters for and maybe no. See, I don't think they'll put out the RPG or anything like that. I think they'll save Smash for 2018. To be honest.
That would be dumb.
Well, Gabe, you are the biggest proponent of Nintendo being dumb, so that should not surprise you.
It really wouldn't.
I don't know what else. Donkey Kong Tower Defense, Treetop Defense.
I think we get. Thanks, Jake. I think we get Mario in November. I think we get either Pikmin or Donkey Kong in September. I think we also get the Rayman Rabbids crossover in September, and then I think we get some sort of multiplayer focused title in October, whether that is a full on Smash sequel. If Smash is limited, I think it comes out summer, August, maybe September. If it's big, I think they could shift it. I also think that we're gonna get Pokemon Stars, and I think that will take up. Now that I think about it, I think that will probably fill the October slot.
That would be very cool. I kind of forgot about that.
To me, I'm not interested in that very much, but I think that will be there, and I think that will be their sort of like 3DS lure. Like, hey, this is showing that 3DS fans can transition to Switch.
No, I got it. Here's the big announcement at E3. They're gonna introduce the video playing capabilities of the Nintendo Switch, and they're gonna have like Mario and Donkey Kong cartoons and Zelda cartoons, like old cartoons on cartridges that you can play on your Switch.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
That's
Like UMD
absolutely-
all over again.
It's like the little cartridges for like Game Boy Advance. They had like Pokemon episodes.
That's incredible. All right, before we wrap up, I'm gonna list some games, and I want you to tell me if you think they're coming to Switch this year.
Do it.
Simple yes, no. Okay, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
No.
No,
Jake?
I said no.
I'm going to say yes. Call of Duty 2017.
Wait, why would they do Star Wars Battlefront 2?
It's coming out this year.
Oh, okay.
Call of Duty. Maybe. Can I say maybe?
Sure, I say yes.
Maybe.
Jake?
Yes.
Assassin's Creed 2017, most likely Assassin's Creed Egypt.
No.
Yes.
I say yes as well.
They just said yes to all of these.
I think they're gonna have excellent third-party support. Destiny 2.
No. No way.
I'll say no to that one.
No.
Madden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and NBA we know is a yeah. So
Yeah.
therefore we know FIFA, so we assume that the whole list of sports titles. Trying to look here and see if there's anything else.
Ooh,
That
do you
would
think that Ukulele would be playable at E3? Because it's coming out in April for like everything else, but the Switch, I don't know if that's coming in April or it's pushed back later.
Yeah, I think it's not coming out at the same
Yeah, I
time.
didn't think so either. So maybe that'd be cool to play at E3.
Yeah.
See how that works on a Switch.
Do you think that the entirety of Ubisoft's lineup is now available for Switch? Like, so say they announce a new AC and a new, let's say, Splinter Cell. You think both of those are going to be Switch titles?
Yeah, maybe.
That's
I mean, not
what,
the-
honestly, that's what I'm super curious about. I'm super curious to see if this fall, if I'll be able to pick up games like Assassin's Creed on Switch. Do you think something like Prey makes it to Switch?
No.
So do you think it's based on the the graphics and the system, or do you think it's based on the publisher that determines this?
Both.
Okay.
For Prey, I think that's just more like of a PC thing, and like yes, it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One or whatever, but that's already going to be a GIMP version of the game. Maybe not GIMP. That might not be the word. It'll already be a lesser version than the PC version.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda they do they're known for being a big proponent of PC. And yes, Skyrim is coming. We forgot about that. That could be another one of the big fall games.
Jeez, we don't want to see that.
Well, I mean, it's happening. So,
do you think fact that 2K was there at the Switch reveal with NBA and that they've confirmed 2K18, do you think that's any sort of hint that Red Dead Redemption 2 makes it Switch?
Absolutely not. 0% chance.
0% chance.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't think Rockstar's messing with it.
Stay away.
I think if they could get a couple of these, I think that's going to be huge. I mean, obviously their exclusives are probably more important.
But even if they get games on the Switch, are people really going to switch over from their Xbox or
Imagine
PS4
if you could
play
take
them?
it on the go with you, though. I think that's
But
something people are
for
overlooking.
For most of the people who play Call
conversation.
of Duty and stuff like that, like they're not that interested. Like most people just want to sit on their couch and play it anyways. Aren't like
yeah, that's probably accurate for
most
for
people
majority.
aren't as passionate about video games as you and travel as much as you, where like portability is super a big thing. Most people is like they're like in college or something, and they just go eat Doritos and chill on their couch.
I guess to me, the fact that I could take, like, say, AC Egypt on the go, even at a reduced frame rate.
Where are you going? No, well, I'm saying, like, for normal people, like, where are they going?
I'm saying for myself. I don't know where they're going. For myself, I would take.
Where are you going?
I would take the pixel hit and the frame rate hit in order to be able to bring Assassin's Creed with me wherever I went.
Okay.
I would love to be able.
I think it's cool, but I think you're a very rare gamer.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, so basically, I think Nintendo is going to crush it at E3. Gabe thinks they're going to tank, and Jake thinks in the middle.
That's
Yeah,
not what I think in the middle.
I'm not even thinking that far. I'm just like excited to see what they have and enjoy what they have.
All right.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just like not super confident in them.
So you think that the proposition that they have made right now is the best it's going to get? You don't think that coming out of E3 there is a better? You don't.
Their main announcement at E3 is what Gabe thinks their main announcement is going to be 2 new neon color Joy-Cons. That's what they snap and switch to this, and it's just like yellow and red or pink.
That's the other thing. I wouldn't be surprised at more Joy-Cons, like just like different colors.
You do realize that is a huge like incentive for people to buy like 3DSs and new iterations, right? Color, like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like as dumb as it sounds.
That's why Joy-Cons cost $80.
But you do realize that there are many people that own 2, 3 3DSs because of the Pikachu edition or the Majora's Mask edition or
So what is the point you're trying to make? I'm saying
the point I'm trying to make is that would enhance Nintendo's position.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it. You're acting like I'm saying that new colors
I don't know if
bad.
I don't know if we get new colors at E3, but I bet we do for the holiday.
Of course.
I hope we get a Mario Odyssey themed Joy-Con.
I wish I could get a hat that I could put on my Switch.
All right. Well, we're very curious to know what you guys think Nintendo's presence and sort of lineup will be at E3. Do you think they are going to just show up with what they've said? Or do you think they're going to come with something a lot more impressive and bigger and bolder? That will all be determined later this June. We will be there. It's a ways away, but it'll be here before you know it, and we will be bringing you all the goodies. Until that time, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Jake and Gabe.
That's me.
I am so excited for this Switch.
Gabe is. I thought you were sighing. That was your like.
No, that was the
That was the salivation.
That was the masses going crazy because I got the Switch.
I thought it was Gabe sighing. He was being negative again. And I was like, get out of here, you negative.
I'm not
Nancy.
negative. I want this thing more than anything in life.
Wow.
Is that what you want, Jake?
I
don't know.
So before Gabe goes and sells organs for some extra Joy-Con, we're going to get out of here. Thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day, everybody. And for myself, Jake and Gabe, Switch Force out.